supposed to be?
Dunno. Looks like a nut job hanging upside down on a coke rack.
No, you know what I mean. Who am I supposed to be?
Dunno.
Batman!
No.
Hey, pack it in, Tucker.
Sorry, Penny, I'll get it off. Come on, Bendo.
What's going on? Who was responsible for that? Now, I asked you a question. Will you answer me?
I couldn't help it.
Do you realise how many people have worked on that? How much time and effort has gone into it, just to be destroyed by your gross stupidity?
It wasn't my fault. I was trying to...
Did you throw that?
Only because he...
Did you or didn't you?
Yes, miss.
Very well. You'll meet me at Mrs. Munro's office at break. Is that clear?
Yes, miss. But I only threw it because he...
Doyle, I am trying to keep my temper under control. Do not push me any further.
Was it...
Doyle, disappear now! Well, all right. The show's over. Get to your places.
I'll get you for that, golly.
Trisha Yates? Well?
Well, what, miss?
I'm in no mood for guessing games, Trisha. What's the school uniform?
White socks, miss.
White socks. Are you colourblind?
No, miss.
Then why in heaven's name are you wearing those? Perhaps 3 hours detention will refresh your memory.
3 hours, but that's not fair. You wear 'em.
I am not in the first form. I happen to be a member of staff. Or hadn't you noticed? Oh, go and sit down. Right. Now, today we're going to make a start on the props for the school festival. Now, to help you, I've managed to borrow those for you to use as models. But I would like to emphasize that great care is to be exercised at all times. At all times. Now, they're quite valuable, and it's only through goodwill that we have them at all. I do not want either those flintlocks or that goodwill damaged. Is that clear? Is it? Yes. Right. Get your things out. Be careful, Doyle. We don't want any more breakages.
Right, let's see if she's locked the door. Come on, hurry up.
Right, let's think for a moment. What would be some of the other things needed in a large town? Now think about it. Yes, Hughes.
Oh, it doesn't matter, sir. Sir?
Yes, Green.
A football pitch, sir.
Yes. All right. I suppose we can put that down to recreational amenities.
And can we be in the first division, sir?
I don't see why not, Green.
Sir?
Yes, Sheila?
What about a hospital, sir?
Yes. Anything else?
Sir?
A newspaper, sir.
Good idea, Judy. Yes, Doyle.
A town hall, sir. So you can be on the council, I bet.
Shut up.
It's all right. It was a very good idea, Doyle. Yes, all right, Jenkins, let's have it.
A name, sir. I'd need a name.
And I suppose you have one, do you, Jenkins?
Yes, sir. Jenkinsville.
Excuse me, Mr. Mitchell. Could I have a word with you, please?
Certainly. Right. Keep thinking. I want more ideas when I get back. And think quietly. Is it about Doyle and the damage to the painting?
No, I wish it were. I'm afraid it's much more serious than that. One of the flintlock pistols that June Mather borrowed from Harvey Antiques has gone missing.
Missing? Lost or what?
We think it's been stolen.
Stolen?
And suspicion has fallen on your form and on Form 1 beta.
When did this happen?
June Mather is quite certain the pistol was in the room when your form was there this morning. And the only other form who had been in the room before the loss was discovered was Form 1 beta.
I see.
She was only out of the room once in the lunch break, but
What?
she left the door unlocked.
Well, that means it could be anybody.
True, but she was only away for 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, I suppose that's all it takes.
And suspicion must still rest on your form and on Form 1 beta.
What do you suggest we do?
Well, the headmaster is threatening to cancel the whole festival and also call in the police unless whoever is responsible returns the flintlock.
Somehow I don't think that's going to work.
No, I must confess I have my doubts. Still, we must try before calling in the police and all the trouble that will cause. You never know. Perhaps the idea of the whole school suffering the loss of the festival might stir someone's conscience.
Yes, okay, well, I'll explain everything to my lot.
Keep your fingers crossed. We might get a pleasant surprise. Oh, by the way, can you deal with this?
Not Trisha Yates again.
I'm afraid so. Perhaps a word in her ear.
I see it. So there you have it. Unless this thing is sorted out, the whole school will suffer because of one selfish act. Now, what I would like to ask you is that if anybody knows anything about this, to come and tell me. It won't go any further. Or if you prefer it, you can write it down on a piece of paper and leave it in my rack outside the staff room. Okay? Right, well, you better get off then. Trisha, could I have a word with you, please? I understand that Miss Mather has given you 3 hours detention for failing to comply with the school uniform.
Yes, sir.
And before that, it was Miss Clark for wearing earrings. Look, I'm not interested in explanations or excuses. I'm just warning you that it can't go on. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Won't it? Well, just make sure it doesn't. Okay? All right, off you go.
Some people have no thought for anyone else.
I wish I knew who did it. I'd tell on him. I really would.
In my way. Move. You took that gun.
Says who?
Says me.
And what if I did? What are you going to do about it?
Tell Mr. Mitchell.
Tell him what?
Tell him not to seen you running away from the art room.
So what? That proves nothing. It's your word against mine. My dad's a counsellor. What was all that about?
He took that gun.
How do you know?
I seen him running away from the art room when it went missing.
How do you know when it went missing?
I figured it out, didn't I? Come on.
Wait a minute. Are you first year?
Yes.
What form?
Why?
Well, Alfred, you must know. What's going on? What they want? I'll tell you what we want. We want the festival to take place.
So do we.
We've put a lot of time and effort into it.
So have we.
But I'm supposed to be in it, and I can't risk having it cancelled.
We didn't take the flintlock.
Your class, wasn't it?
It wasn't just our class.
I don't care whose form it was.
Come on, Janet, leave them alone.
You just tell your mates that we don't want that festival cancelled.
Oh, come on, Janet, you can't do any good like this.
Just you remember.
It's not fair. It's not our fault. Why pick on us?
It certainly gets around this place quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I might have some news as to whose fault it is.
Who?
That new boy, what's his name? Doyle.
But why do you think he's involved?
Just heard Tucker Jenkins.
Tucker Jenkins? You can't trust anything he says.
I know that, but I just heard him telling Benny Green.
Telling him what?
That he see Doyle outside the art room. He seemed pretty convinced about it.
Might be worth checking on, eh?
I'm sure there's something in it. I don't trust that Doyle. His eyes are too close together. He looks a bit shifty.
I never noticed that.
Oh, don't bother about that. What we really need to do is find Tucker Jenkins and ask him what he did see.
Okay.